Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event of the evening, brought to you by Brawlers Pro MMA, with an event at the Virginia Beach Dome on October 18th.
Hey Jim, you know the whole shit again.
Main event time here at the Liberty Lottery 2025. The biggest independent wrestling event in the state of Virginia demands the biggest main event VCW could offer. And that is being supplied, not just in terms of talent, but in terms of tonnage. It is going to be a meat market spectacular here in this main event. I am Jason Heat, calling the action alongside Metheny and making his way to the ring. The man who says we have to thank him for the house. The main attraction in the main event, the heavy metal monstar Rex Lawless. This match has been being built to for 6 months. Half a year has gotten us to this point, as 3 men have circled each other and battled each other. No one has been able to claim dominant victory. There have been disqualifications, there have been attacks, and now it will be settled here in a triple threat for the greatest prize in Virginia, the Virginia Heavyweight Championship. The first of 2 challengers has made his way to the ring, and I believe the sentimental favorite is on his way. The total porkage, the enormity of execution, Big Daddy Cool, it's Boar! The QB of the locker room. The man who wants to once again be the face of the franchise. A former VCW champion who has been desperate to get it back is tonight the night here in probably the greatest showcase of his career, that the Boar can reclaim the belt that rightfully he should have never lost. Chosen by the fans and spurned by management, Boar was cheated out of the VCW Heavyweight Championship over a year ago. It was the reason, and Jerry Stefanidis and 2 big bulls already getting nose to nose. And there is still a third element to add to this increasingly combustible situation. This is a Haas fight, and you don't have a Haas fight without the Haas of all Haas's. The VCW Heavyweight Champion, the most explosive athlete in Virginia, a man who suffered through career-ending injuries, a car accident that nearly cost Devantes his life, put him on the shelf for what was supposed to be 9 months. A normal man would have been out for 9 months. Devantes was back in under 5 and won the title in his return bout. Since then, Devantes has been a fighting champion. He has fended off all comers except these 2. Devantes has yet to score an untainted victory over either the Boar or Rex Lawless. Because there is consistent one-upsmanship and interference by all 3, let's take it to our ring announcer, my colleague, Metheny.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event of the evening, a 3-way match for the VCW Virginia Heavyweight Championship. When the bell rings, the man in charge, BCW senior official, Ron Mills. Introducing first the challengers. Standing to my right, he hails from Long Island, New York, and weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the heavy metal monster, the pectoral Poseidon, Rex Lawless! Introducing challenger number 2, standing to my left. He stands at 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing in at 265 pounds, the Boar! Finally, standing to my right, he hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and weighing in at 235 pounds, he is the reigning and defending VCW Virginia Heavyweight Champion, the hoss of all hosses, Devantes!
The three most dominant men in this company. The three most violent men in Virginia. In a match where nearly anything goes. Where there can be no interference by Devantes or Lawless or Boar, because all of them are here in the ring participating in this match. And the main event of Liberty Lottery 2025 is underway. Three men circling each other in the calm before the storm.
And this is a match that has been building for months and months. All three men going at each other.
Well, there's a clear person that the other two do not like, and it was quick that Devantes and Boar started slugging out with each other, but by far, Rex Lawless is the least liked man in this match.
That may be true, but look, we've seen no love lost between Devantes and the Boar over the last several months. I'm not sure there's any friends in this match, Jason.
There's no friends, but I think there is an arch foe, and that would be Lawless. I mean, the man showed up today in a stretch limousine with private security. He doesn't dress with the rest of the locker room. He doesn't allow members of our staff to look him in the eye. And now Rex Lawless taking advantage of Boar prone on the outside.
Look, I will not deny that Rex, oh, beautiful by Devantes, diving and taking out both of his challengers.
It is very rare to see Devantes leave his feet of his own volition. This is a special match that calls for special circumstances.
Well, the thing is, these three men know each other so well that they have to pull out every trick out of the bag. They have to do things that they haven't seen before, things that their opponents can't have prepared for. This is for the richest prize in Virginia. This is the main event of Liberty Lottery. You can't keep anything left in the tank.
Well, they are coming right this way. We might be in the line of fire, partner, because traditionally in a triple threat match, there's no disqualification.
And here comes Rex Lawless behind him.
A ton of latitude being offered by our referee. Now, this is not
and a ton of human being here.
There's a lot of equipment here, Rex. Rex Lawless is a scary man.
Yes, he is. Under any circumstance, even more so when that bell rings.
So just to be clear, this is not a false count anywhere match. You can do a lot of damage on the outside. You won't lose the match on the outside, but you can't win the match on the outside.
No, winning is pinfall or submission in the ring, period, end of story.
But this is a circumstance where the champion's advantage is out. Wait, the Boar! You will believe that pigs can fly!
Holy cow! Boar leaping off the stage. Just an incredible sign of athleticism there, taking out security and his opponents. just incredible stuff out here.
Hell and Portsmouth both may have just frozen over because I watched the Boar, all 6 foot plus of him, leap into the air. This is a man that believes in the power of the heavyweights, but he wants to be the champion that badly.
Well, and also, I mean, look, you again, like I said before, if you want to be the champion, you need to pull it out of the bag. Is Rex Lawless gonna fly?
Rex Lawless!
Holy cow! I've never seen that.
A bowling ball falling from the heavens just scored a magnificent strike.
I mean, that is a tremendous amount of force coming down. It's a lot of weight dropping from a significant height.
Between all 3 of these men leaving their feet, that's a ton of tonnage that just came crashing down to earth. Who is going to be the worse off for all this carnage?
I mean, at this point, I think that Boar is worse off, but he's not in the ring, so you can't pin him to win the match.
And that is the explosivity. Said it before, Devantes, the most explosive wrestler in VCW. This is the opportunity Devantes needed, but now Boar coming in.
Yeah, Devantes is built for those short bursts, tons of power there. Boar, don't let his size fool you. Great cardio, can go all night, and Rex Lawless is just a monster. That's all there is to it.
Big splashes to 2 big men. I mean, everything in this match is going to be supersized.
Absolutely, including that side slam. This could be it. Rex just won. Lucky for Rex Lawless and for Devantes, because Lawless is not going to break that pin up.
Such tenacity amongst all 3 of these competitors who each believe that they can lay claim to being the rightful champion at this time. Of course, it is Devantes who is the defending champion.
Boar has been a champion before. Rex Lawless never held gold to VCW, but boy, has he come close.
One of the most dominating performances we've ever seen in last year's Liberty Lottery.
And go for a pin when you can get it. Yeah, absolutely. 1, 2.
Barely a 2, and you'll notice Devantes not even involved in that potential decision. That is the disadvantage of a triple threat. The champion can lose the title without being involved in the decision.
Absolutely.
This is the opportunity that both Boar and Rex Lawless need. While Devantes is on the outside, maybe they can steal 3 seconds to change their lives.
Yeah, you gotta take advantage of these rare one-on-one opportunities. This is when you win these matches, when you make it happen. And Rex Lawless just can't quite get Boar up there.
No shame in that. Boar is a very massive mammal.
But then he gets him up. Beautiful!
Falcon's arrow clutching the legs, and Boar able to get up, and Devantes still struggling on the outside, clutching his knee. I wonder if that knee has suffered some sort of more serious damage that's keeping him from being a factor.
I really wonder about that as well, Jason. When you saw him adjust his knee pad, we could see that his competitors couldn't, which is perhaps a slight advantage to him, but if he can't go at full strength, that's a real problem for Devantes because he needs it.
Boar gets the foot up.
Rex Lawless eating nothing but boot on that.
And while we're seeing a lot of, well, I would say high-flying maneuvers from these men, it is not part of the usual offense. Choke slam by the Boar. We're going to have a new champion.
And Lawless kicks out.
And now Devantes continuing to work on that knee brace, and it's very possible that old injuries have been aggravated for Devantes.
Absolutely, it's a rough and tumble match out there. 3 very large men hitting hard, so you never know what can happen.
How can you pick up Rex Lawless that easily?
I don't know, and the Boar as well, and a slam on top of Lawless. Devantes showing why he is the champion in the Hospital Horses. Beautiful running senton.
Insane athleticism by Devantes.
You've got to believe it's just adrenaline at this point, right?
No, it's shock and awe offense by a man who constantly surprises us in the best way possible.
Devantes, big splash in the corner to Boar. Now one to Lawless.
Well, this is exactly what Boar did earlier, so I guess one good splash deserves another.
And now the running big boot by Lawless to Devantes.
No one has the leg extension like Rex Lawless because no one has been gifted from birth with legs that long.
Boar trying to take Lawless over. Big boot takes Lawless down. That'll do the job.
Of course, Boar trying to prove me wrong right there. And the champ is standing tall,
Big
dominant.
Devantes trying to get Boar up. trying to make something happen here.
Rex Lawless now, the odd man out. This is the best opportunity Devantes has had after spending a significant amount of time struggling with his knee. Can he take advantage? But no, Rex Lawless already in.
Lawless throwing Devantes over, and the German suplex from Devantes to Boar. These three men just know each other so well.
Literally grabbing Devantes' leg while Rex Lawless was running outside and now slamming the skull of Devantes into that steel pole.
Lawless sees his opportunity here. Big kick to the face. This could be, we have a new champion.
Is Rex Lawless about to become the new VCW champion? Came within a heartbeat.
Boar had just enough left to get that shoulder up, but it was not really a kick out, Jason. He rolled that shoulder off the mat, and that was all he had.
Well, we've seen such astonishing feats from all three of these fighters. This is a question of attrition at this point.
Absolutely, and Devantes still messing with that knee on the outside, picking his spot, it looks like. Rex Lawless, though, could be going for the jugular here.
There is a reason that this was chosen as the main event of this, the biggest and most important event that we hold here this calendar year, 2025, the Liberty Lottery. We know Papa Don has a title shot opportunity. Who will it be against? Wait!
Pump handle driver, 1, 2. And Devantes just getting the shoulder up.
The last centimeter of a second, just like you said earlier about the Boar, that was not a kick out, that was a shoulder roll with desperation.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely rolling with disadvantage on that one. And Lawless, you gotta believe that if he had a better cover on that, more of a conventional cover, may have won the championship.
Lawless has Devantes in his sights, but Boar potentially playing possum for a moment.
I think very much playing possum there. He saw Lawless coming and knew he had his moment there. Boar pointing like he's gonna go up top.
Boar limping though, very noticeably favoring one of those legs.
And that makes me question the wisdom of this. You need to get there fast, make this count, and win the match. And this slowness is really going to cost him, I think.
No offense, but forget wisdom. Go on gut and instinct this match. You just got to follow your heart. Big elbow drop.
And dropping right to the heart of Rex Lawless. Lawless going to be out cold.
But Devantes there, and even a somewhat sluggish Devantes is able to interrupt that cover. That's the thing. You have to incapacitate 1/3 of the opposition before you even go for a pinfall.
And none of these men stay down easy. It's just that simple. They are not just some of the strongest, some of the toughest people we have in VCW. That's why they're in this main event. That's why Devantes is the champion. And that's why he is fighting back into the Boar right now.
DDT right to the snout.
Devantes now saying he's going to go up top, saying this is it.
Pulling out all the stops, going deep into their respective playbooks.
Lawless dragging himself across the mat.
And Devantes may have made himself vulnerable.
Almost a European uppercut there.
Almost thinking he was going to try and put Devantes in a backpack position and then changing his mind.
What on earth is Lawless going for here?
Whatever it is, it's not going to be good for Devantes. And now Boar's got an opportunity to do something very, very special.
And are we going to see? Jason, could it be?
I think this spells doom for Rex Lawless.
Beautiful Doomsday Bulldog there. And now the question is, who's gonna cover?
The answer is Devantes with the arm draped and almost more of a spasm by the Boar to break up that cover.
Boar just sort of shoving Devantes out of the way. Not a lot behind that. All three men just gassed out here. Folks, it is hot, it is humid. This is a tough, tough environment, and all three men have given it all.
But there are no excuses. These three men have each laid claim to being the best in this state. Tonight, one of them gets to claim that as fact.
Right, this has been the inevitable end as these three men have circled each other for months and months and months. Now we see who is the best, just throwing forearms, elbows, headbutts, as they're all too exhausted to stand.
Brutal shots that are increasing in strength even as they decrease in speed, almost like they're trying to charge up.
Also increasing in efficiency, just hurting people. Big boot from Lawless to Boar.
And Boar tried to use the momentum off the ropes, but instead Devantes caught him.
Looking for a TKO perhaps. And a spear by Lawless or into Boar, helped by Devantes.
And now the spear by Devantes into Lawless. We know that Devantes and Boar both use variations of that move. That's the first time that we're seeing it out of Rex Lawless.
And Lawless again studying tape, knowing these men so well. Lawless able to roll to the outside.
Gore is war! This is how he won the title from Logan Easton LaRoe. We got ourselves a new champion! And Devantes rolls that shoulder. We're being told it's 2 by referee Ron Mills.
He picked that shoulder off the mat. That was the barest of kickouts, but it counts. And Lawless tried to drag himself to his feet, using a chair on the outside, I think, just to pull himself up.
The crowd has picked a favorite. They are willing on the Boar, but Devantes says, forget it. I don't care what you like. This is my story.
And a high-level spear. Lawless, he's bringing the chair in the ring. May see his opportunity here.
Again, no disqualifications.
A cover by the Boar, broken up in the most violent of ways. Rex Lawless, just a reign of terror with that chair.
Taking advantage, and a chair right to the head. Boar barely got a hand up to cover.
I don't think he really did. I think Boar is in La La Land right now.
Rex Lawless following the letter of the law, but not the spirit. There has to be a limit to the leniency that Ron Mills will give this man.
There's no disqualification. He can do whatever he wants to. And Lawless feels like he is on the cusp of immortality, the cusp of that championship.
Are we about to see a brand new champion? Devantes says, not if I have anything left in the tank. And Rex Lawless is your new champion.
Hey, Jim, you know the old sugar daddy.
Here is your winner, and the new Virginia Heavyweight Champion, Rex Lawless!
It's not the ending anyone wanted to see except for Rex Lawless. Rex Lawless is crowned champion for the very first time in his career. He did it with a chair. I think he did it cheap as all hell. But the stakes were clear. The man who walked out of this match holding that belt got to call themselves the best in the state. And whatever we may think about how we got here, that man is Rex Lawless.
Rex Lawless using the rules of the match to his advantage with a chair, with the choke bomb, and now the heavy metal monster, the most terrifying man in VCW, sits on top of the mountain.
It was an incredible reign for Devantes. The Boar remains unsatisfied, and we begin the era of the pectoral Poseidon. Thank you so much for joining us here for the Liberty Lottery 2025, the single biggest event in our company's history. For Brandon Metheny, I'm Jason Heat, and we will see you at the next one.